Hey, I'm Zach.
I'm Jacob.
And I'm Nick. We're OBB, hanging out with Rob on Front Row Live.
And right now you guys are promoting new single, 7 Billion.
Yeah.
Catchy, catchy, catchy song. Take me into the studio, creative process behind this track. What was that like?
Yeah, it was a really fun thing, actually. So I was driving our bus, actually, at one point, and it was like for a day or something, and I had this idea in my head. It was just this you, that hook in the chorus, and I just kept singing, and I was like, oh, I just love this. And so I recorded it in my phone and brought it to my brothers. I was like, guys, I got this idea, and we ended up just kind of talking more about it and just kind of saying like how our wives, they get us, like, even though we've got like some weird things, you know, like I love playing video games like all hours of the night, and like my wife is okay with it, you know. It's like, it's crazy that I found someone who is okay with it. And so we ended up writing the song, and we all just had like these different things that related to us. And so we sat there in the studio and started off with just that you line, and ended up building the whole song. And yeah, ended up loving it from that like moment on. It was a cool track.
How did that kind of lead to the rest of the instrumentation for the song? That little hum that you did.
Well, that actually, when we first wrote it, Zach kind of played us that voicemail, and we were like, oh, it's so cool. That was the whole chorus when we first wrote the song. Oh, wow. Yeah. So the whole chorus was that, and then the thing that is actually the chorus now was the bridge, right? Yeah. And so like when we wrote it, we kind of like didn't really. We were fleshing out like the lyrical content, but it wasn't until after we wrote it, recorded it, put the demo out, we started like listening to it. We're like, man, this is good, but like we could rearrange it like this. And I remember we like kind of went into the studio and we said, what can we do? Like, this song's like really good. We all really liked it, but it wasn't like at the level where we knew it could be. Right. And so it's kind of at that point we like rethought the whole thing, and I think Zach had the idea. He was like, I think that bridge honestly could be the chorus, and then the chorus to just be a hook. And so kind of like shuffled the whole song around, and then it just kind of like after that fleshed itself out and just kind of really took a life of its own.
So as you guys kind of created this, like, did you guys know this was just going to be like another lead single? Did you guys know like it had to be part of a project?
I think when we wrote it, we really liked the song, but we didn't know that it was gonna like have the impact that it did. Yeah. So we sent it to our record label, sent it to our management, and like the response back was just crazy. They were like, "This is literally the best thing y'all have ever done." And we're like, "Wow, okay." And so then we kind of
you guys are doing something right now.
Yeah. So we kind of went full force, you know, ahead with it, and we shot a music video. We wrote, produced, directed, did the whole thing, and did that right away. Like, just kind of got a ton of content ready, and probably
we wrote the song probably in November. Yeah. Is that right? So I mean, seems like a while ago, but that's pretty fast turnaround to like write a song, get it recorded, get it mixed, mastered, make a music video, get single artwork. Like, there's a lot that goes into putting a song out, and so like, yeah, everybody at our record label was just super excited about it. I knew it was gonna be a good one when I sent it to my wife, and she said back, "This is the best song you guys have ever written." Like, she just like loved it. Like, I mean, she always likes her song, but you know, sometimes she's like, "I mean, it's okay." I'm like, okay. Cool, thanks.
I'm sure your fans will like it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't listen to it, but somebody probably will. Cool.
So tell me about, like, because the influence for you guys, it's like One Republic, Coldplay, and 21 Pilots. So when you guys kind of put those kind of influences together, how do you create the music that you create here?
Yeah, I would say that a lot of times we love doing stuff to a track, just because like when we get in the studio, we love to kind of like have this idea, like you know, whether it's like a super synthy track with like you know, putting our guitar on top of it, but that's how we love to write to that kind of like an inspiring track. So that's normally the first thing that we do when we get in the studio is build the track, and then from there it's like coming up with melodies and lyrics and that kind of stuff, and then trying to just work on it and tweak it a little bit here and there all the way to the end, to when we finally get in the studio and record it. Right. It's just kind of like this evolution of like starting from like, you know, whether it's just like a little drum beat and like a synth, or like a drum beat and a bass line or something, and then just kind of building on until we're happy with it.
Right. And as you kind of mentioned evolution, like what has the evolution been like for you guys as you guys continue to create your own music, continue to produce your own music, and continue to tour the music? Like, how do you feel that evolution has been?
I feel like the biggest thing that has evolved for us has been just like figuring out who we are, and not just making a song that makes whoever happy, you know, makes the record label or the booking agent. And like, I mean, everybody on our team has always been very much so, hey, we believe in you, so you do you. But this kind of, when you're first starting off as a band, it's like you kind of want to follow trends and stuff. And like, what do we do to like be relevant? And sometimes you got to just say like, what do I like? What do I want to say? And I feel like it's whenever we really get in the studio, we say like, what is something that matters to us? What's something we want to put out to our fans that we like would be proud to stand behind? I feel like that's the biggest thing that has evolved for us, is just kind of realizing the most important thing is just putting out something we're proud of. And if we're proud of it, if nobody likes it, like at least at the end of the day, we're proud of it. And hopefully our hope would be that the fans really like it. Right. And so like, so far everybody's really been liking 7 Billion and we're really proud of it. So it's like a win-win.
Yeah. So what's next after 7 Billion? What are you guys working on? There's new music. There's an EP coming out. There's an album coming out. Like, what is in the works?
So we actually have our next single coming out March 29th, which is kind of crazy. It's like a pretty quick turnaround. So yeah, we had 7 Billion come out on February 1st, and the next one's coming out. And pretty much we're dropping a lot of singles. Like, we've been in the studio working on a ton of stuff, and so we have a bunch of songs that we're super proud of. And so yeah, we're kind of releasing them. We actually kind of have a bit of a plan to where it's like we're gonna be releasing a lot of music over the next 6 months. So like almost like we kind of like took an album worth of music and we're gonna drop it off like piece by piece.
Well, I feel like that's the way to do it nowadays. I feel like you just got to release as much as you can to keep that engagement, just like being consistent.
Yeah, for sure. It's crazy how music has like evolved. Right. You know what I mean? Like now it's everybody's doing like the single game, and it's not so much about albums anymore. Right.
Unfortunately, because sometimes like I do miss when I can just like wait for that album to drop and then just listen to that album till I'm tired of the album, if that even happens. But but the way that you guys are doing it right now, like how does that kind of like help you guys out when you guys go on tour, especially like because there's not a full record out, it's just singles. So basically you guys are just playing the hits in a sense.
So, I mean, a lot of times we'll play we're playing all the singles we've released, but also it's kind of, I think, a little bit of a benefit for people that come to the live shows because we haven't put out an album. There's a lot of singles in the background getting ready to come out, and we'll play them live. Like, I don't know if we're supposed to, if that's like against the rules, but like, and we play singles that we might never even put out. Like we kind of play like what we're writing at the time. And I think while we're on tour, like it's also good because we're just like putting out singles even while we're on tour and just kind of keeping everybody like excited and interested to hear like what's the next thing. And it's just really relevant because it's whatever we were writing at the time. Like I said, 7 Billion we wrote like, just a few months ago and it's already out.
That's crazy. Now, as far as the live show goes, like what is different, like especially because you have a song like 7 Billion. So how does a song like this kind of change the way that you do the live show?
Yeah, I think our live show is pretty high energy. We love we got tons of lights, like CO2 cans and like crazy stuff to it.
The full ring.
Yeah, but I think a song like 7 Billion is really cool because we can kind of like take it to more of an intimate, personal place and really share our hearts. Kind of break it down. Like, we're 3 brothers. And I almost feel like we're inviting our fans in to be like, hey, you're like part of the family. Like, come hang out with us as brothers.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So 2019 just kicked off. You guys just have the single out now. New single coming up real soon. What else can we expect? Any live shows? Any tours coming up?
So we're doing a radio tour starting next month, right? Yeah. So we're gonna be going around meeting with all the radio stations. So hopefully we'll go. Yeah. Well, I'm sure we'll do some stuff like acoustic shows maybe around that fans can come out to while we're on that. And also we're playing a lot of showcases coming up. So we're hopefully going to be releasing some tour dates later on in the next couple months. So stay tuned on our website and our socials and everything. When we release tour dates, we'll be putting that stuff out there.
Awesome, guys. And for those that are not too familiar with you guys yet, why did you guys get together and create music? What is the reason behind OBB?
We love music. We love what music does, like how it's. We kind of always talk about how music is like a language, and you can not necessarily communicate in we only speak English, but like a lot of people I know can speak multiple languages, and I feel like music is one of those things that can just cross all language barriers, and everybody can speak the language of music, and that's something that we love because it brings us together. We love people. We love going out and just meeting people. It's one of our favorite things at shows is we set up like a VIP experience for everybody that comes to the show. So it's like if you come to an OBB show, it's like we've got a red carpet thing for everyone, and we want to meet like every single person that comes to a show because like we just love people and love getting to know different people.
Nice. Well, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Yeah. Hopefully the next time it's not another 2 years.
Yeah.
But you guys be sure to check out OBB new single 7 Billion is out now, and thanks for watching here on Front Row Live.